into the game we go. This is game one of a best of 3 series between DianFengYaoGuai and RRQ Hoshi. Everybody wants to see this because it's Sutsujin going up against Super Ken. And you would think that this DianFengYaoGuai team is from the China region, but Super Ken himself has played so many times up against Sutsujin. Back he was playing when he was playing with the LID. So this is gonna be an important match for the two junglers that we have right now. Your casters, Wolf and Naisu. Nicely. I am so excited about this Lancelot versus Ling matchup.
Wolf, when was the last time we saw Ling, man? You know, maybe it pops up occasionally in different parts of the world. But for the most part, he's not really in the meta, right? This is not a hero that you typically see currently in the meta. It's great to see it, though. Game one in the best of 3, again, all this, you know, at the end of the day, we're going to see some more teams go home, of course, here in the quarterfinals. But this is a bit of a risk. I have to say, it's been, you know, one of the things about Ling is obviously he can still provide quite a bit of damage output, quite mobile himself, but, you know, in a way, you're going to have to go ahead and support this. It's a lot harder to do that rather than a Lancelot. But they both, I will say this, the caveat there is they both can kind of take care of themselves. Like if Ling gets in a bad situation, he's most likely going to be able to survive with his mobility. You could say the same thing about Lance, you know, and it's just, why do you think that is? Why isn't Ling so often in the current meta?
Yeah, it kind of farms slower than most of the junglers. It's more like, why would you go for the Ling if there's like Hayabusa, there's Lancelot? It's like he's just at the bottom of the list. And partly because you need a lot of farm on Ling, and also you can easily pressure him in the jungle.
Let's see if I do that. He is going to make his way up here to this fight, though. A lot of Flicker is already burned. RWM dropped down too. And Sutsujin will get the turtle, but the first blood going over to Super Ken. A bit of a trade there. Objective for the first blood. DianFengYaoGuai, though, with that first blood going in the hands of Super Ken here on this lane, are just going to help his case even further. You know, you can scale up faster on this Ling, who, like you mentioned, Wolf, might jungle a little bit slower in comparison to the Lancelot. So it's going to be up to RRQ Hoshi to find something across the map. But this is the thing now, too. When you have that level 4 available on the Cho, you know that's going to be the play to make. And speaking of the roams, man, Edok on this Tigreal once again. We got to see the Tigreal in the hands of RRQ Hoshi in their game against Team Falcons. And that's what we talked about after the patch came out. Had some of its improvement there, right? If for you guys that don't know, his second skill, the Sacred Hammer, it now is faster, man. It actually happens so quick. Oh, just like this. Pressure up top. Diamond Tempest Blade's going to be used as well, and that is a clean, easy kill in the top lane.
Not the best game for Diamond for sure. Dying twice already the first 3 minutes of the game, and gonna be up against Esmeralda. It's not gonna get easier for Diren in the next few minutes. However, for RRQ Hoshi, I think if they're looking for something that's really positive for them is this gold lane. I've seen Toy deny one of the carts against Long, and it kind of tells me that Toy will, you know, having level 6 and then Long only having level 5. That kind of tells me that there is a massive lead for this Claude over this Harriet, which is always going to be a welcome sight for RRQ Hoshi. Because if you look at their heroes, all of their heroes do not really pressure this Claude in the late game. Like, when it comes to a head-on collision versus the Claude, that's why we'll always be happy in this scenario, as there will be a kill up top. Finally, a recovery for Diren.
Yeah, I'm putting them on the board here for RRQ Hoshi. Turtle's coming out, second one of the game. Zed going to go ahead and poke down Edok a bit. Oh, that's what I'm talking about with the implosion as well. They're going to go for Zed. Zed uses the kick into the RWM, so that's a kill secured now as Edok falls. Great play there from Zed. You know, he's the one that he started to get zoned out in and then crowd controlled with the implosion. But then because of the real world manipulation from E1, they were able to win that fight, but they're still fighting for this turtle. Feathered airstrike. Whoa! The damage on Vel. Sutsujin will secure that second turtle for RRQ Hoshi.
How Vel has to be really more careful around the neutral objective, especially when there's an ongoing team fight, because of how important the Esmeralda is when it comes to being the tank for DianFengYaoGuai. This Esmeralda needs a lot of farm in order for him to kind of accomplish his job and allow this to grab more time and space to end the kill. And him dying twice back to back in a span of what? 2 minutes?
2 minutes, yeah.
Actually.
Turret has been destroyed.
It's not gonna be good for this Esmeralda. And now might die the third time in the span of, oh my goodness, 3 straight deaths for Vel. Not a welcome sight for DianFengYaoGuai. And even Super Ken is now a little bit behind compared to the Lancelot. Okay.
I don't know if he's going to be able to catch Rins. Yeah, the little wings by wings, keeping Rins alive. And just as you said it, Wolf, this is not a game for Vel right now. The further you fall behind, too, on this Esmeralda, you know, the worse it's going to be for DFYG. And that seems to be a case even in the jungle. To an extent, Super Ken's doing okay, you know, after he got that first kill early on. But Susujin's starting to go ahead and take it away, right? He's scaling up a little bit faster. He's got a little bit higher levels against Super Ken. And all Super Ken can really do is continue to farm. Look at that once again. They're going to go for Zed. Zed won't be able to escape this time as Dyron cleaning up the kill. Super Ken's going to jump in. Pop the Tempest Blades already. He's going to be going for Rins, but can't get him with the wings by wings again. Rins stays alive. And now Toy, it's a gold laner duet in the jungle, but no one goes down. Interestingly enough, they just doesn't seem like they have enough damage just yet. It's a little too early for these gold laners to pop off.
Yeah. And now for DFYG, they're gonna be having 2 problems that they have to face. First is Tsujin, who is now level 11 compared to Super Ken's level 10. I mean, Super Ken haven't died yet, but Tsujin is having so much farming. We'll get the turtle again. They also have to think about Toy, the Claude now. I wonder if the items will be shown up, and I'm sure there will be a mass. Long will be in trouble once again.
Okay, pops his Summon forwards. The team's going to try to help him move. Bell solo again with a Feather Airstrike. A huge setup coming on through. We'll be able to take down Vel and gets the flicker out from Zed. Tempest Blade's going to be used for Juke with a BMI, and now Super Ken, he's frustrated, man. How many times have he Tempest Blades and not been able to get a kill?
Oh, that's going to be very frustrating. Doesn't have the retribution, so now Dyron and the gang, they can actually pressure him in here. Tsujin doesn't have the retribution, doesn't need it. It's level 12 compared to Super Ken's level 11. They have zoned out the lane, and the lane without the purple. This is the main reasons why the lane hasn't been picked up in the recent MPLs or recent things that we've seen.
What's worse?
It's because of that purple buff dependence.
What's worse? A Fanny, no purple buff, or a Lane, no purple buff?
Arguable. I've seen the Fanny be... Yeah, it's both disastrous, alright? It's like you're asking me between like a level 10 difficulty and a level 9.9 difficulty, right? But I think I would rather choose the Fanny because at least I've seen a Fanny actually recover without the purple buff. Remember Ryzen, right?
Yep.
Like the entire game didn't have the purple buff, but still won the game for the team.
Yeah, it takes a certain type of like synergy to make that work, though. You know, like in order for you to actually have that in your favor. But yeah, that's one of the things. Super Ken, I think eventually, like, he will get the itemization he needs. He's not too far behind. I mean, granted, how everything's gone, the 2 junglers are relatively close to each other. You know, 300 gold separates the 2 jungles. And so Super Ken, once he most likely gets that 3rd item, he should be able to actually get those kills. You know, it's like I said, it's been a few times now we've seen him try to set things up, even on the squishiest target over on RRQ Hoshi, which is Rins. But unfortunately, you just can't catch him, you know, and these feather airstrikes have been doing work. And now the Divine Glaive is picked up by Rins, making them hurt that much more. So we'll see if DFYG can adjust. They're going to start up this Lord. It's at half health. Meanwhile, Super Ken's just grabbing his purple. Got this information. RW will drop down, and Tsujin will secure the Lord. So they'll go ahead and get ready to approach the face DFYG.
3,000 gold for RRQ Hoshi. Super Ken trying his best to kill off. No, it's not going to be enough again. Oh no,
that's
disaster for DFYG.
Oh, implode.
Man.
Oh, Super Ken, not feeling super right now after that, man. That's just unfortunate. Little stun there with a Land Shaker. They try to hold on to the tier 1 turret in the mid, but Lord's going to make its way down. But RQ Hoshi, 4,000 gold ahead, will go ahead and knock down some of these turrets eventually. A big pickup here for Toy. I believe that's his 3rd item now. So he's got the 3-item power spike. He's got the golden staff. He's going to actually take the orange here, too. There it is right there. He's got the tips, and now they'll take down the tier 2 turret up top.
7.2k compared to 5,500. Long.
Shaker Zed just gone. Goodbye, Toy gets that kill. Tier 1 mid lane is going to go down. Super Ken working to deal with this Lord push. But right now with RRQ Hoshi, they might actually catch Super Ken here or force the Tempest of Blades to be used. Oh man, look at the damage from Toy. Tempest of Blades used, but he's just got to go escape and get back to base. Good thing the Lord was cleared out. Oof. Oh, Bravest Fighter jump in won't actually stop them from recalling. I guess Lumpy can't jump on walls, man.
Yeah.
You know, it's too bad.
Over walls, baby.
Over walls.
Not on the wall, but this is looking really dark now for DFYG. The fact that even Super Ken's not able to get a kill now kind of makes you think that why do we still get this thing? Why didn't we draft this thing? The payoff is so far away for DFYG. Granted though, if they get to the late game, ultra late game, maybe 21 minutes in, maybe everything's equalized and RRQ might not have enough to catch where the thing is. However, it seems like RRQ Hoshi, with the tools that they have, on Toy having essentially critical mass kind of itemization for the flood, and then you also have 6 Genus just freely getting the kills. It's gonna be a great late game for RRQ Hoshi as well.
It's gonna be tough to deal with. This amount of power that RRQ Hoshi has right now with this lineup is what's making it so difficult, because even if you're going to try to catch up into this, you know, like, it's difficult for DFYG. Who is going to be the one to help them catch up? Super Ken has been struggling for most time. Long hasn't really been a part of anything, but his Harith should now be at least close to being online to where he can then provide some of that damage throughput in these fights. But the problem is, man, you've seen how fast Super Ken gets brought to like a quarter of HP. And maybe that, once again, is a reason why Ling just does not work too well in this meta. And that's going to be a quick, easy Lord once again for RRQ Hoshi. Some items being picked up here too. Super Ken just getting his BOD. So again, we're going to see if the FYG can defend against this. Again, a massive lead right now for RRQ Hoshi. And if they force a fight, if they really want to, which is most likely, because it's Edo, right? Edo has this Tigreal. You can see them making their way down bot. It looks like they're going to go for Super Ken. Toy juking him out with the BMI, and he's going to run. So they want to keep that Lord up for that push, but they're going to force a fight anyway in the mid as V1 is gone. A Thorn Rose to go through. Long dropping down the Zaman, force a land check. He's going to be able to stun Vel, but Vel is still healthy. But now they have a Lord to deal with. A couple flickers were used by DFYG. Super Ken might just go to cut the waves or join a fight in the backside. There's the implosion though, the catch right on target. Zed can't escape as this bottom base turret goes down with the Lord. And now the rest of the team in the base, Fetid airstrike dropped down too long. Just burning, man. He's on 1 HP. And Vel is gone with a wave pushing it down bot. They should be able to end the game as RRQ Hoshi takes game 1 in a dominant fashion.
Super dominant fashion here for RRQ Hoshi. Unfortunately, the Gambit, I mean,